Hello guys, welcome back to my channel again. So this is the part 2 of this video, okay? And yeah, like I said in the part 1 of the video, this video is going to be very long. I just didn't want to make it too long and boring, so I had to share it into 2 parts. If you're new here, you're welcome. To my old and returning subscribers, kudos. Thank you guys for coming back again. So yeah, in the part 1 of this video, I stopped at what are your goals in life, okay? And what are your goals? Asking the person what his goals or her goals are in life. Yeah, and I talked based on career, on family, business, stuff like that. So another question you should ask this person you're planning to go into marriage with is, how many children do you want to have? It's very, very important you ask this question, okay? Because if you're someone that loves children and this person you're looking to go into a marriage with does not love children or does not like children, let me not say love, does not like children, does not like disturbances that come with them, the responsibilities that come with them, you have to know, you have to be sure, okay? So that you know what you're getting yourself into. It is so, so important. Another thing you also have to ask is, I would have connected this thing here to sex and all that, but these questions rather, they are kind of linked. Some of them are kind of linked. So just stick with me, get the point, get the gist, and yeah, thank you. So another question based on children that you should ask is, how many children do you want to have? If both of you have come to the agreement that yes, we both want children, how many do you want to have? Do you want to have a full stadium? No, a full stadium is too much. A football field, okay, that's too harsh anyway. Yeah, or do you want to have like 5 children or 6 or 7, or do you want to have 2 kids or 1 or even none? Because some people, they want marriage but they don't want kids. Do you get? So it's so important that you ask these questions. These things, they sound really simple, they sound really like, don't worry, when we get there we'll sort ourselves out and everything, but there are things you should ask. They are things you should ask so that you know how to navigate the situation when it comes up. Another thing you should also ask is family planning methods. Are you open to family planning methods? There are a lot of family planning methods, okay? But what I'm talking about here now is that person you are trying to go into a marriage with being open to those family methods, any of them that would work for both of you, okay? Because believe it or not, take it or not, some people do not believe in family planning. Yes, it sounds strange, but that is just the truth. Some people do not believe in family planning, and I'm not against them because there's natural family planning method. Do you get? So, but some people, their own is, let us just be giving birth back to back every 9 months. We'll be having children, triplets, back to back. You get? If you don't want to be that kind of person, or you don't want to be that kind of couple, or have that kind of marriage, then please, you have to really, really ask these questions, okay? Another thing you should also ask as regards children is, how long do you want to space them? This comes under family planning as well. Do you want them to be 4 years, 5 years, age difference between our kids, or 2 years, or a year, or 6 months, or 3 months, depending on you. It's your choice. Yeah. So do we also have them immediately? Do you want us to have children immediately we get into marriage? We're married now, yeah. Should we just start having children? Should we take in this first month of marriage, or should we wait until 6 months or 2 years or something, so that we can build, get things ready, get, you know, water the ground, and just make sure that everything is working fine and smoothly? We've understood ourselves, we've known ourselves. People have different reasons for waiting, okay? And some people too, it's not that they plan to wait, okay? It's not that they plan to wait, but somehow it doesn't happen for them, okay? And this is where this question I'm going to be talking about now comes in. Are you open to having other birth options like IVF? If the person is saying, no, I cannot do IVF, it has to be all natural. IVF is natural. IVF is natural. I don't even know. God has created science. God has brought this thing and tried to make it easy for us, and has answered our prayers. So in some way, okay? But I don't know why some people just still believe that IVF is not the way to go. IUI is not the way to go. I don't know, but yeah, it's up to you. It's up to you and your partner. It's people's business. It's really not my business. Another question you should ask is, what kind of schools do you want our kids to go to? Do you want them to go to boarding schools? Do you want them to go to day schools? Do you want them to homeschool? You know, questions like that. It is so important to ask so that you know what you're working at, so that when you're planning and you're saving or you're making investment or you know exactly the kind of life you want your children to have. Yeah. Another thing is, how do you intend to train your girls, your girl child, your boy child? Do you want to train them in the normal African way? That's the boys with chinyo. If you're non-Igbo here, I mean, the boys will just cross their legs, put their legs on the table and be waiting for the women and the girls to serve them. Is that how you want to train your boy child? Or do you want to train your boy child to respect the woman and contribute to, you know, domestic or home affairs? Do you want to train your girl child to be, you know, saucy or be the suffer-head kind of girl or something like that? You know, there are different approaches to how we train children. So yeah, it's your marriage, like I said, they are your children, it's your business. Anyhow you want to do it, you go ahead and do it. But yeah, ask these questions. Is it the natural African way? Do we just leave them to chance, let the society be training them, or do we put in some efforts and train them, instill values in them and all that kind of stuff? So important. Another very important question, because the children of these days, hey, they know more than their age now. Like, they know, because of the internet and everything, they know so much than their age. They have gone far ahead. Before you can think of this, they have finished thinking of this and that. So yeah, when do we start sex education for them? Do you want to start when they're 20 years old, or do you want to start from when they can now talk and, you know, they can respond to you and tell you, oh, when you tell them, show me your nose, you know, those kind of things? Do you want to start the sex education as soon as they can talk, or even from conception? Like, as soon as you have them. It is possible. If you can pray with your baby or for your child in the womb, then you should be able to do sex education for them from the womb. This is my own opinion. Nobody should come for me, please. This is my own opinion, okay? If it doesn't work for you that way, no problem. I'm not against you, okay? But yeah, when do you want to start sex education for them? Do you want our children to be scared of words? They'll be like, oh, mommy's coming, let us adjust, daddy's coming, hey, the firefighter or the lion of the house is here, everybody, shh. Do you want your relationship with your children to be like that? Or do you want to be the lovely, happy daddy and mommy that the children are free to talk to, say whatever it is that goes on in their day, whatever it is their encounters are, what this person tried to do or what this person said to them, and then you tell them how to handle the situation? Is that the kind of parents you want to be? Ask yourself. Another thing is, how should we discipline them? How should we discipline these children? Children can be very silly, okay? Children can, not because they want to be okay, but because foolishness abounds in their hearts. Even the scripture says so. So, do you want to spare the rod and spoil the child? Or do you want to, do you want to caution them, discipline them, and get them to put their acts together and do what is right, okay? Or do you want to be the kind that will say, daddy will say, don't touch my child, and the child will be like, every time I'm running to daddy will save me. Do you want to present a united front of discipline to them? Or do you want to be half and half? Mommy says no, daddy will say yes. You know, that kind of stuff. There are some children just like, let me not even talk too much. Let me not delve into that. There are some kids that will be like, I know if mommy says no, if I go and meet daddy, daddy will say yes. So please, I beg, I'm going to go and meet daddy. I won't even bother meeting mommy. Is that the way you want to? Or is it kind of, do you want to have the kind of children that will be like, if mommy says no, I mean, daddy has said no, there's no point. Do you want to present that kind of united front to them? Think about it. Yes. So, also, do you want to be just like I said in this children part, be their friends and everything, help them make decisions, not because you are trying to enforce your own desires on them, but you're guiding them, you're giving them this guide in life, you know, and they make sound decisions. Do you get? So yeah, that's another question you should ask. Another thing you should ask is about finances. How do we handle our finances? Should we be eating out throughout the month, or should we save some part and invest some part and then eat out twice a month? That kind of stuff. Talk about it. How much do we invest? How much do we save monthly based on our current salaries? You know, plan with what you have now. Don't be thinking of when you will be earning 1 million naira when you are still earning 200,000 naira. No, plan with what you have now. Because if you cannot save now, you cannot invest now, make smart investments now. There is no way when you have 1 million, 2 million, 10 million, you'll be able to make smart investments and make savings out of them. So ask questions. Is this person prudent with money? Does this person spend, buy all the shoes, bags, clothes, suits, whatever, gadgets and all that kind of stuff, games and everything? Is that the kind of person you want to get into a marriage with? If this person is not prudent enough for you as far as money is concerned, then you want to double check. Okay, another thing you have to talk about is joint accounts. Should we have joint accounts, or should we have separate accounts? It's totally yours. And just like I said in the parent part, the money part, do you want to send money to your parents and all that kind of stuff? Yeah, that is, just ask questions as far as finances is concerned. I might not have covered everything about it, but ask as it is peculiar to you. Yes, what am I saying? Peculiar. Ah, God, have mercy. Okay, so another thing about finances again is debt. Do you want to be owing people, or do you want to not owe? Do you want to never be in debt or whatever? Please ask this question. Some people, they find it very easy to borrow and be owing. Be sure of who are entering into a relationship with. Or are you going into a relationship with a perpetual borrower that will never pay you back? And then at the end of the day, both of you are now broke. My sister, my brother, think about it. Yeah, so another important question that you should ask, important one, is the issue of domestic helps. Yes, I know some people, when they start out, they'll be like, I'm not going to have helps. I'm going to do everything myself. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. But sometimes you're just overwhelmed and then you need some help. Is it possible that your husband or your wife will be comfortable for you to outsource, get help from outside, give this person the cooking, or buy food from outside based on your income and how well you've managed your finances and you can afford to? Is it something that you guys are willing and ready to do? Is it something you're open to? Is the domestic help going to be an in-house domestic help, or go and come kind of domestic help, or stay in the boys' quarters kind of domestic help? Nanny, all those things, very important. Please talk about it. It is so important. Can family members come and do domestic help for us while we are paying them back in some way, maybe through schooling or whatever? Talk about it. It is so important. Another thing that you should talk about is household responsibilities. Some people, believe me, in this age and time that we are in, believe that sweeping, cleaning, cooking, going to the market, doing this, doing that is the woman's work. Please ask who? Ask. As simple as it is, as simple as it sounds, sometimes when you get into the marriage, you now have children, you have a lot of responsibilities, you have to go to work, you have this, you have that on your hands. You need help, and you don't have a domestic help, and the husband is just there, balancing the parlor, watching football, doing whatever he likes, and he's not willing to help, and he's seeing you, you know, bending under this load of care, under this burden and everything of the responsibilities of being a wife, a mom, a professional in whatever field you are and everything, and then he's not even willing to offer help. Please ask. This is the kind of person that I say, you must wash your clothes with your hands. Washing machines not allowed in my house. You must grind the pepper on the grinding stone. Blender is not allowed in my house. If it's that kind of person, my dear, choose your choice. That sounds silly, yes, but yeah, make your choice now. Ask the question now, get the answers now, and then make your choice. I'm just saying, no, I'm just saying. So yeah, another thing that you should ask in this case is very important, and this is so key to having a very good marriage and staying committed in love and giving committed love to your partner. How do you handle conflict? What is love to the person? And how do you handle conflict? Is love being patient, kind, humble, tolerant, you know, believing the best of the person, believing highly of the person, trusting the person? Or is love that to the person? Or love is just you know, doing what married couples do, and then when anything comes up, I'll blast you, I'll do this, I'll do that. If that's what love is to the person, you want to consider if it's not what it is to you, okay? So how do you handle conflicts? Do you carry your bags and go to your father's house, or drive off and go and lodge in a hotel and don't come back for the next 2 to 3 weeks, so that you show the woman pepper and then she'll know herself, and then she'll learn a lesson by herself? No. If that is what it is and it is not what it is to you, either of you, then you want to consider, okay? And mind you, these questions I'm asking, okay, in the course of the relationship, you should have been able to pick up 1 or 2 things. You should have been able to answer this question, but as much as you are able to answer this question, ask, because some things that are done might not match with the things that are said. So yes, it is so important. Do you want to conflict resolution? I'm still on conflict resolution. Do you want to do silent treatment? Or do you want to be shouting and banging doors and doing all whatnot in front of your children? Is that what you want to do? Or do you want to dialogue? Or do you want to be the person that will say sorry first and just let it go? Because this whole thing is not worth the hassle. It is not worth the stress. My dear, I've come to realize sometimes I just ask myself, let me just use myself as an example. Will this thing matter in the next 1 month? Is it going to matter in the next 2 years? And many of these things, they are very, very silly things. They are very, very silly issues. They are very, very minute things that just blow out of proportion, okay? So if you want to dialogue. It's about humbling yourself and just asking for forgiveness and just, you know, sorting things out. It is so important. It is key. Another thing I'm going to be talking about here is communication. What is communication to the person? Is communication, I know there are different ways people communicate, verbally, non-verbally, and everything. All of that. Is communication important to the person, or it is not important? Communication building blocks, like how do you guys communicate, both verbally and non-verbally? How do you guys roll in terms of communicating your needs, your desires, your expectations, your problems, how stressed out you are and everything? How do you communicate these things? Okay, it is so important. Or are you the type that you just come, good morning, where are the children in school? No. Such monologue kind of communication, one kind of monologue like that? Or is it dialogue you guys want? Please, it is so important to know this, okay? So important. Another thing is, how do you handle stress? Do you handle stress? And when you are stressed, everybody around you is stressed? Or when you're stressed, you're able to contain it and, you know, explain yourself and explain what is stressing you out, so that every other person around you can help you manage the stress? Very important. Talk about how you deal with stress. Another thing is health. This person, see, we pray to God for divine health, strong health and everything, but is this person, when I'm talking about health now, some people believe in going traditional. Go to this what do they call them? I don't want to say babalawo. These people that trado medical people, all these people that, you know, they'll just walk or say alog. If you're not evil, they just mix drug for you and then give you. Or do you want to go all medical, like foreign medical. Do you understand? So yeah, it's so important to ask about that. Then another thing you should also ask about is lifestyle. What is your lifestyle? By staying with this person already, you should know if the person is a noisy person, is a quiet person, is an introvert, an extrovert. What kind of lifestyle does this person have, and what kind of behaviors does this person have, okay, that makes up his or her lifestyle? And how do I act around the person, or how do I enhance this person's lifestyle, or enable this person's lifestyle, or change this person's lifestyle in a way? Because it is so important. It is so important. If you're the bubbly kind of person, you know, somehow we tend to end up with the opposite of, you know, our opposites. But then if you're the bubbly kind of person, and then the person is always quiet, always moody, always is that what you want to deal with? Is that how you want to continue? Please think about it. Think about it. Yeah. And then another thing you have to talk about as well, for me, I think that if you can deal with this particular thing I'm going to be talking about now at early on in your relationship or in whatever, then you can talk about it. But if you know it's something that you cannot deal with because emotions are involved, a lot of sparks here and there, and all that kind of stuff is involved, if you know it's not something you can deal with, better leave it, save it for later, maybe 2 months to the wedding, or 2 weeks to the, or even a day to the wedding. You can save it for later. Yeah, it's about sex. Talk about sex. What is sex to this person? What is this person's sex history? It might not be relevant to you to know the person's history, okay? It might not be relevant, but for someone that is doing something that you are trustworthy, okay, there are some things you have to really open up and talk about. Talk about, say, are you guys willing to learn together? Are you guys willing to, you know, everything that relates to, as peculiar as it is to you, basically. Me, I cannot talk for everybody. So yes, as peculiar as it is to you, as it relates to you, ask this question. Finally, we have come to the end of this video. And yes, you guys, these questions can change when you enter into marriage, okay? Because like I said, there are dynamics to marriage. What you answer today might not be what you will answer tomorrow or next tomorrow. So these things change, but having to ask and answer these questions gives you a base, gives you something to work with. If I am making any sense at all, it gives you something to work with. And yeah, it sort of clears up the air. It sort of handles issues that you might not have handled better if you did not ask the questions beforehand. Do you get? So yeah, these questions, they are not exhaustive questions. Like I said at the very beginning of this video in the part 1, they are not exhaustive questions. There are a lot more questions that you can ask, you know, maybe about travel, vacation, holidays. There are a lot of questions you can ask, okay? Hobbies, all that kind of stuff. There are a lot of questions you can ask, but I just feel like these are like very important questions that you should ask and you should know about. You should have something to work with and work on, okay? And in as much as you ask these questions, don't come and say Joy said we should ask all these questions, and when the person is giving us all the right answers, then the marriage is going to be perfect, it's going to be good, it's going to be... No, you're asking these questions so that you know the person's views and you know what decisions you're making. You're asking these questions as well so that you will know what this person is thinking and how you're going to handle the situation whenever it comes up. And then you will also know that well, as much as I've asked these questions, I'm not so comfortable with the answers, but we can still work on it and it's going to work. Yeah, so that's the reason you're asking these questions. And as much as you're asking these questions, it does not mean that because the person gave the perfect answers, everything is gonna be perfect. No, okay? Because we all make mistakes, we are imperfect humans, and it is what it is. And as much as we ask these questions, see, as much as you are doing all your checks, as much as the person is checking the boxes and you're checking the boxes on that person's list, as much as you are how do I put this now, as much as you've applied all the principles of relationships, dating, and making sure you're settling and ending up with the right person, you have to pray, because it's only God that knows the intent of a man's heart. It is only God that knows what the future holds. So speak to the one who knows the future and who holds the future. Pray And then if you're settled in your spirit about it, I don't see why you shouldn't go ahead. But if you're not settled, if you still have shreds of doubt, my sister, check it though. Check it, because at the end of the day, now you go to the marriage. It's only you that know what you, anything you see, you carry, anything you see. It's your business. So yeah, that sounded harsh, but yeah, that's just it. We are all the product of our choices. Anything you choose at the end of the day, you live with the consequences. That is why something as serious as marriage, you have to really ask questions. You have to ask serious questions. Please, I've come to the end of this video. I have talked too much. I'm even tired of talking right now. I'm kind of having a headache, but that is by the way. I want to believe that this has helped someone out there and is going to help people out there. Yes, if you have not subscribed to my channel at this point, I don't know, please subscribe. Don't just watch, because I realize that a lot of people watch but don't even subscribe. How? Please, you guys should subscribe to my channel. It is totally free. You're not paying any money. You're not inserting your bank details or card details. It is completely FOC. So please subscribe to the channel. Turn on the bell icon so that you can get notified whenever I post new videos. And then share on your social media pages until I come your way again next time. From me to you is bye.